Oh my gosh!
Oh, that happened.
Welcome to the History Channel, folks. If this get any funkier. Holy crap.
Put your shoes back on.
What is everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. A historic Winners Lounge here, presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Did we hit our lock tonight, Dev?
Our lock was a Jokic triple-double.
Yeah.
I don't know if we actually hit it or not.
Yeah.
Because I struggled in math class. But if there's two positives, does that make a negative or not?
No, because he had two triple-doubles.
Yeah.
So it cancels it out.
Is that how
we
that
should
works
double
or
our bet.
Not
You know
quite.
how they have if you're up 20, you win your bet? If you hit your bet double what the number was, you should double win your bet.
Oh, man, that would be incredible.
Makes sense to me.
Makes perfect sense. We're in the Toyota Winners Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. I got Brennan Vogt in the house.
Man, that was so dope until it wasn't dope at all. But then in the end, it was even doper than it was the first time.
So true.
You know what I mean? Just, you never know when the ride's over. Just stay seated and ride it out.
Yep. Sometimes God gives challenges so that he has bigger rewards for you
That's
in
right.
store.
That's what happened here.
Over here, D-Line Co.
Yeah, dude. What a remarkable night that I did not think was going to be remarkable at all. And then it turned out it was remarkable. I'm glad I went. For a lot of it, I was not glad that I went. But you know what? Everything works out in the end, fellas.
Everything does, man. I can't believe you're a little low after this game. It was insane. Superstar Dev's in the building.
A takeover?
Come on.
Dude, the takeovers are always the craziest game.
We
got
can
to see
imagine.
Are they
that?
not?
Oh, my gosh. We all got to witness that on the takeover night.
How do we do it? I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
I think Jokic does
We
it.
just,
You're right.
We just follow the best
gonna
player
keep
in the
it real.
world.
I love us too.
It was. I meant us as in Jokic and us.
We were there.
We got a lot to talk about. The Takeover homies are hopefully going to be joining us here in a little bit, and we're going to talk a lot about a historic night. Because Jokic tonight, what was the final stat line? I don't even have it memorized yet.
It was
31, 21, 22. We've long speculated about a 20-20-20 game. We love when we get a 30-20-10 game. We got both in the same game tonight. Never been done before from
a
Nikola
treat.
Jokic, man. But here's a fast breakdown. It's kind of long. Start of the game, Aaron Gordon. And most nights, this is the highlight of the game.
Yeah.
Back to back to back to back 3-pointers for Aaron Gordon
Welcome
to
back,
start the
Mr.
game.
Nugget. Welcome back.
Back to back to back to back. I couldn't believe it, man. Nuggets,
Ankle looks good.
the Nuggets strategy early on in this game was just to really play high on the pick and roll and let Nick Richards catch the ball at the foul line, daring him to do something. Good strategy. It was working phenomenally. But it was a very low energy first quarter. It kind of felt like a pickup game. Jokic had 10, 6, and 6, so you knew we were in for something special tonight. Nuggets were 7 of 11 from the three-point line in the first quarter, but they were only up 37-28, and I wasn't feeling too good because Denver just didn't miss a three the whole quarter, only up 9 points. All right. Bench started rough, but then guess who else hit threes? Zeke Naji. Peyton Watson hit a pair of them.
Couple big
Nugget,
ones, man.
everybody had it going tonight.
Everyone but Jamal and MPJ.
Well, you got to get it to your shooters, man. There was a marriage proposal. She said yes. Nuggets were on fire from three in the second quarter as well. It was 68-56 Nuggets.
Can't believe you put
We go to the third quarter. Jokic had a triple-double in the first minute of the third quarter. Not as fast as ever, but still a pretty quick one.
Ninth fastest ever triple-double in NBA history.
Is that right?
Ninth fastest ever, 6 minutes off his own pace. That is ridiculous.
He wasn't even close to the number one.
33.
Nuggets built a 20-point lead, but then it fell right back. Denver was unserious tonight, man. Dude. They were unserious tonight. They got a 20-point lead, and then we're like, oh, we're done. Immediately back to 12. Aaron Gordon hit some more threes. Some atrocious possessions, too, man. Like, Denver, the game was so easy, and Denver was like, well, what if we made it hard on ourselves by taking really dumb shots and doing really dumb stuff? So it was 102-91 Nuggets going into the final frame. But then the Suns cut into it. Nuggets just couldn't pull away. They went with an interesting lineup here in this fourth quarter. Russ, CB, PWat, AG, Jokic. They're like, you know what? Nobody's making shots anyway. Let's give no shooters on the court and just see what Jokic can do. Very good defensive team. Suns cut it down to 6, but Jokic hit a 3. Then Suns cut it down to 3. Michael Porter finally gets off the Schneid, hits a three, which
That's a big
felt
one,
like a big
actually,
one. Jokic, they called the worst charge. Scott Foster called the worst charge in history. Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
It was so obvious in real time that it was not that it was a block. Malone didn't even wait. The whistle was still going by the time Malone ran out on the court. Scott Foster did have the shortest challenge I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
you guys noticed it was like a 20-second challenge?
This isn't it.
Yeah, he was like, my bad, that was really dumb. Well, now we're in clutch time. Final minutes here. Michael Porter Jr. gets a three in the corner, up four, and misses it. Then he gets a foul at the rim that I thought Michael Malone should have challenged. It looked like he blocked the shot cleanly. Malone chose not to challenge it. Lead was down to 2 with 2.5 minutes. Then they get a steal and a fast break layup, and it's tied. Jokic missed the post up. Booker had a leaner to put the Suns up, too. They were up with a minute to go in this game.
No, I remember. I remember.
Yeah, do you remember that,
And
D-line?
then Aaron
Do you remember
Gordon,
how you felt?
And then Aaron Gordon, who'd been on fire all night, gets a kick out three to go up one. He misses it. They get a 24-second violation. Nuggets down 2 with 53 seconds left. Murray miss. Plumlee rebound, but
That's
Michael
game?
Porter Jr. steals it.
No, it
right
isn't.
out of his hands and gets a dunk. Incredible. KD miss. Nuggets ball with 10.9 seconds. Get the ball to Jokic. Posts up. Double team. Kicks to Christian Brown for 3 with 1.8 seconds left. And he drains it.
You took some notes in this.
I know.
Oh my god!
He had to go,
I'm
too.
re-listening. I'm like, whoa.
So with 1.4 seconds left, the Suns get the ball, and unbelievably, they get a pass, skip pass, and then a swing pass to the corner. I'm a little skeptical this happened in 1.4 seconds.
Yeah.
A catch, pass, and a shot off the fingertips. Kevin Durant in the corner drains it. We're going to overtime. It felt terrible. In overtime, though, Jokic was like, I know Jokic's line tonight, but it didn't look like he was pressing the issue at all until overtime when he was like, F this, and just went right at Plumlee. It was a 7-0 run to start OT, and the rest was history. The only thing we had to wait for was, would Jokic get a historic 30-20-20? The answer was yes.
Worth
he
it.
got it in overtime, and it was awesome.
Worth it.
Nuggets win 149-141. Let's go to Red Hawk Roofing. Big takeaways.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because there was an elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And the elephant in the room was it was an historic night. Aaron Gordon had 27 points in this one. 7 3-pointers made in this one. He ties a career high from him. He looked incredible, and it was a great welcome back game for him. He set the tone in this game, started the game out with the 4 threes, and then just did not slow down at all for the rest of the game. Just constantly on the attack. I really do feel like he's the heartbeat of this team. They needed some type of motivation, something to keep it going. You insert Aaron Gordon, and he's just giving it his all out there. So that was incredible to have him back. He was not limited at all as far as minutes. He played 38 minutes in this game.
Great point, Dev.
Incredible game from him.
Great point.
That was my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway of the game.
What an appropriate first big takeaway.
Aaron Gordon had 15 shots tonight. 10 of them were threes. He was 7 of 10. By the way, I had this note. I put it on Twitter. Aaron Gordon ties his career high. Previously was set in Orlando 1 week before the trade.
No kidding.
1 week before the trade to Denver is when he had his
There
other
were
7-3 game.
signs.
That's a good one. What about you, D-Line?
This game was bizarre, man. This was a bizarre game.
I'm just going to let you do it.
This was a game, I don't even know what to make of the game. This is a game that is so late in the season that you love the stat line, you love the Nuggets came back, you love all this stuff, but bro, come on, man. You cannot drop a 20-point lead to the Phoenix Suns in a game that they don't even want to win.
They did not want to win tonight.
I love seeing everybody come back. The Nuggets still have a lot to figure out. This was a lot. There was a lot of party favors, a lot of fun things that happened in this game, but
I agree.
Overall, bro, we got to lock down here a little bit.
You're not confident coming off of that one?
I don't feel great. That was insane that they punted that big of a lead against the Phoenix Suns, and there was that many threes given up, and they were just kind of messing around. And listen, I'm happy too, but also come on, guys. It's we're getting the street lights are on.
I feel like you guys are burying the lead.
Yeah.
It's an
You
industry
think so?
term.
Well, you get your turn, man.
Yeah, all right.
I
What's
actually
yours?
think I'm going to... Would you like to go?
No, you go for it.
Well, no, because I was going to leave it for you. It's silly.
All
All right.
Do you have a mic one you were hoping you could go to?
I was actually going to go in another direction. Christian Brown is a dog.
He is a
Christian Brown is a dog,
I can't
man.
believe it. He is a dog, man.
And we talked, Jamal talked about how sometimes when people leave you open, you get in your head about it. Am I open for a reason? And Jamal's been telling Christian, bro, just shoot.
Yeah, just
Christian
shoot.
shot the biggest shot of the game at the
Dude,
time.
I cannot believe he hit that shot. That
Hit
was
that
wild.
shot.
That was huge,
Let
man.
the bench know about it. And then I thought he was really good in overtime too. I will also bury the lead and say my big takeaway, Christian Brown, absolute dog.
He is a dog,
Dog.
man. And it's kind of big, like, to have Christian hit a shot like that. Because the playoffs are all pressure. The playoffs are all shots like that. They all feel like that. So to see him be able to step into that one and knock it down gives me a little bit extra confidence in him. I mean, he's built up that confidence all year. You know, we have that confidence in him. He adds to it. My Red Hawk Roofing, big takeaway. I can't believe you guys. This is the nicest thing you guys have ever done for me.
you, big fella.
You
This is for
guys
you.
left it.
Happy
This
birthday.
is for you.
Malone's got to play picket.
Got it.
He's got to play.
We need more cohesion. Need more cohesion. Some seriousness.
31, 21, and 22. Here's my real takeaway. I'm like a dog chasing a car, and I just caught it.
Yeah.
What else is left? What other stat line is left, man? This is the last thing we like. There's all these crazy benchmarks and everything else. Yoke had 2 triple doubles tonight. He had 1 in the first half, plus a minute. 1 in the second half, plus 4 more
insane.
minutes. It's insane, man, that this guy puts up 31, 21, 22. Wilt Chamberlain never did it. Wilt Chamberlain never put that up. Russell Westbrook, Luka Doncic, none of these guys, 31, 21, and 22. Here's the best part of it. Our beautiful, ethical Serbian hooper. 3 free throws tonight.
It's insane.
3 free throws. 31,
3 free
21, and
throws.
22. 3 free throws.
What are we doing? What is this?
The guy is unbelievable, man. He really, and the funny thing is, we always talk about Yoke's a monster in the regular season, but he takes it up a level like all the greats do. Yoke is one of, remember, it was like Michael Jordan and 1 or 2 other players where their postseason efficiency and everything is higher than their regular season. You know, Yoke in overtime kind of showed us that he's in 3rd gear or 2nd
Yes.
gear.
Totally.
Because in overtime, he was like, gosh dang it. Fine.
I know.
And he went up into 5th gear for just a hot second, and it was an immediate run. But the ability to do 31, 21, and 22, absolutely insane. And you know what? It came on an interesting moment in time. Right before the Oklahoma City game. What happened in Oklahoma City tonight? You guys notice?
No.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did not play.
Did
and
not
the
matter.
Thunder struggled mightily. Oh,
No,
I
you
read
have
that
that
backwards. They
wrong,
won
yeah.
by 20 points
They
without him.
cruised.
So they cruise against the red-hot Portland team while Yoke puts up 31, 21, and 22. I'm not saying the MVP, you know, Shai's in the lead, the narrative and everything else. No one's ever done that. 31, 21, 22. Nobody's ever done that. Yoke just did it. It was unbelievable. He does literally everything. We always talk about how long will we remember this game. I can't remember who they played last game because I said I'll never remember that one.
That was a bad
I
one.
deleted it. I said it
was the Kings, just so you know.
I don't think that sounds. It sounds
Does not-
wrong.
is
It,
that
do- it
doesn't sound
doesn't
like an
sound
NBA
right at
NBA
all.
Actually, no longer know if that's
doesn't. Yeah, it
correct,
doesn't
so.
sound right.
It was Sacramento.
This is one we'll always remember. We just get to remember. We watched history tonight on a takeover. We'll always remember Yoke had 30, 20, and 20. The first to ever do it.
I think it's also, it just feels a little better. Like Jokic scoring 73 points. That doesn't feel
That's been done.
but also
players have done
players
that.
have done that. But also, it just doesn't feel like when all the dust settles and you go, what's the one Jokic stat line?
Yeah.
Maybe 30, 20, 10 in the finals. But how about 30, 20, 20? It just feels like that Jokic's peak would be something new,
Yeah.
something we hadn't seen before, because that's exactly what Jokic is.
Yeah, the triple-double is what he's known for.
Yeah, 2 of
And then
them.
he just has the best one of all time, the first. And I really do. Like, he's going to go and shatter all the triple-double records.
Yeah.
I want him to just keep going higher. You talk about, like, what else could be. Get a 40, 2020. Like, keep going
I know.
with the triple-doubles
Get a
because that's
33.
it. He's the king of the triple-doubles. And it truly was fitting for him to knock that off right now and like get some momentum going on it. That was insane. It was really wild that we got to witness that in person.
And Eric, I get, because my take is the same as yours. I think it's a segment 3 take. And I'm not trying to rag on you. I'm saying that is the like larger take. But Yoke is my favorite athlete of all time by a mile, by a country mile. And I remember game 1 of that Lakers series and just thinking no one will ever play better than this, including him. That was the work of art. Yoke right now, March 7th, 2025, is playing the best basketball of his life, and he just put up a new masterpiece. And it's just one of those things where you sit there and you go, "How are we all in the building for that? We're never in the building together."
Yeah,
we were
that's true.
all in the
All of us
building
there.
to
The
watch
building,
the
that's a great point.
31-21-22 game. Unbelievable. We're so lucky. And to be honest, when overtime happened, it was a bummer, but you do look down and you go, "Oh, man."
I know.
What if, though? What if?
I mean, yeah. The problem for me is that I was like traumatized by the fact that it went into overtime. I'm like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, "Oh man, that was amazing." But like,
they're very concerning.
when they went into overtime, I was like I quit the show. I told you guys if they lost that game, I was quitting the show. So I was in a quit the show state of mind. But now you're right, amazing.
Yeah, 31-21-22. We'll always remember it. And on the other side, we're going to take our first break. On the other side, I have to ask, really, honestly and sincerely, what's the next thing we're looking for? We were waiting for a 20-20-20. Yoke did better than that, 30-20-20. So what's next? What's the next mark? Let me know in the chat. What's the next number we should be waiting for and like, what do we used to call it? Hot box and hot taking for. We'll do that on the other side. You didn't put Yoke as king of the game?
It's a joke, Adam.
Oh. All right. Are we doing our ad reads or are we not doing them?
I completely blew it. I completely forgot about the ad reads. So this is everyone's
Wow.
favorite time. Hey, everyone ready to talk about Timeline? Timeline sells healthy longevity supplements featuring their proprietary MitroPure ingredient. MitroPure works with the cells in your body to help reverse age-related decline. Benefits include increased strength, energy, and endurance. I would like some of this. They've done 15 plus years of research. They've secured 30 plus US patents for their products. So yeah, I mean, this is backed, right? This is backed by science. This isn't, I think often when you kind of see something like this, you just go, is this the latest phase? Is this just the latest product on the market? So that's why I think the part here to really stress is this is 15 plus years of research, 30 plus US patents for their products. The cells in our bodies are the building blocks of life, and Timeline's a supplement that works with those cells to help give you more energy, feel stronger during workouts, and preserve health and mobility as you start to age. Right now, Timeline is giving you 10% off your order of MitroPure. Go to timeline.com/DNVR today to get started. That's timeline.com/DNVR.
Did you know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell?
I didn't know that.
Do you know the Golgi body? You know what? We'll talk about
Golgi
this
tendon?
later. We'll talk about this later.
Hey, you can play the Colorado lottery right now. And, well, I mean, look, that's something you could have been doing, but right now it's Nuggets themed, baby. It's Nuggets themed. Actually, Adam and I on a recent
I watched
segment,
that. I was like, I cannot believe they're scratching the whole thing. And
The
of
whole
course,
thing.
And of course, Adam just lose.
Just kept losing.
What a great ad for the.
I did score. One of my wins was a buzzer beating win for
Dude,
$5.
that was dope. That was dope.
$5.
That was dope.
You guys are welcome. I don't know if that $5 has been put into the studio. I don't know if you've noticed. Get your hands on these limited edition $5 Denver Nuggets scratch games. It's easy. They give you like 20 games. You just check the Nuggets score. You check the opponent's score. If the Nuggets win, you win money. And if they lose, it's not real. It doesn't count. Do not get in the chat and yell at us about it. This is the lottery. The top prize is $50,000 right now. Perfect if you're a Denver Nuggets fan or a scratch fan. It's available now.
Are we back? All right. I was reading the chat during that break.
Were you?
I was reading it, you guys.
Did you?
I have 3 that I have picked out that I feel are next we should be looking for.
Okay.
50-point triple-double, which, by the way, has been done by people before. But whatever. Yoke can get one, too, just to kind of be in that, in that mix. 31 assists. Scott Skiles has the record with 30.
That's the one for me.
Yoke had 22 tonight. Guys made their shots tonight. Nuggets had 21 threes. They don't hit 23s very often. You can envision or imagine a world where Denver builds a bunch of shooters around Yoke to where it's not crazy that Denver has 20 3-pointers made. If you ever had a team like that, 30 assists, 31 assists seems like it's on the table. But then my favorite one, and this is where we're just getting so greedy. First quarter triple-double does feel doable, doesn't it?
It wasn't that far. He had 8 assists very fast this game. Very fast this game.
So that's a 12-minute triple-double?
12-minute triple-double, all in the first quarter.
Look, if anyone can do it, it is only him. But
that's probably not going to happen.
I'm going to say probably not on this one, boys.
That'll be the most fun. It's the most unreal, but it's the funnest one.
I'd like a triple NBA championship.
That would just have to be like that would just have to be the Lakers play that defensive game plan and Mike hits every shot in the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
Just like boom, 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 boom. Well, be cool though.
It'd be pretty sick, man. The funniest part about this, and you referenced it, D-Line, 31, 21, and 22. If you didn't have a box sheet, you would have been like, Yoke's probably having a pretty good game.
Yeah,
Yoke's having a pretty good one.
out there.
He's probably having a triple-double.
Pretty spirited effort.
But honestly, it wasn't like Yoke really was in like second or third gear tonight, and yet he still puts up this crazy stat line. I mean, it's weird for me to say this is one of his best games ever because clearly statistically it is, but it doesn't actually also feel like that.
Okay, well, let's go through the stat lines of is this the best game he's had this year?
Oh, wow.
He had one of 56 points, 16 rebounds,
Party
8
bus is
assists. He also had a 35, 22, and 17.
You know what's funny? He almost had this already. He was 3 assists shy.
He had 48, 14,
It just didn't go to overtime in that game.
That's crazy.
Is this the best one he's had this year?
Yes, this one is.
This is the best stat
Officially,
line.
This is the best stat line.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing though. Like having been there, like you said, I mean, it's like he just was kind of going through it, and then I looked up. I'm like, oh, he has 8 assists. Like, and then I anticipated him getting a bunch of rebounds, so that was kind of good. But it was later on when it was like, oh god, we have to win. That Jokic like really turned it on.
Yeah, but if you talk about like the ethical part of Jokic, one of the arguments they used to always have was that he's stat padding, like that they're going out of their way for him to try to get it. In no way did they keep him in or put him in like in the blowout to like make this happen. This was like really an organic, 30, 20, 20. At no point was he just trying to. I think that's what makes this one special for me is when you're watching the game, you're just like, this is Jokic just playing his way. This is just a good game. And then you look at it, it's historic. It's one of his best of all time. Seriously,
I love that he had 3 free throws. It's so hilarious to think that
I love it, but I don't.
He had 3 free throws. It's hilarious.
I know.
You're going to look at like every great stat line with numbers like this. You're like, oh, he's at the line 15 times. I hit 3 free throws.
But you know
tonight.
why part of this is that Jokic certainly did enough for this to be a very dominant win.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, not enough work was done defensively for this to be the win it once looked like. And so then, when it was needed to, for the first time all game, late in the game, Jokic seized it. Luka Doncic had a great quote, maybe last night, I already can't remember, talking about how the first 2 minutes of overtime are really, really important. And it does kind of seem anecdotally like so much energy goes into a frenetic finish to a tie game. The first person to open up like that 6-point lead in the first 2 minutes in overtime, like that's a really pretty spot to be in. And to me, Jokic, in a way we haven't seen in like a month, it was overtime. He's like, no. We score the first 2 points.
Yeah.
And I score the first 2 points. And he just took over.
He actually got blocked on the first one, right? He went right at Mason Plumlee. Plumlee blocked it.
That's right.
And he was like, well, that was luck.
That was
right back at him and scored it.
Went right back at him and scored.
And I think that was the and one for he got one of his 3 free throws in overtime.
Stat pattern.
Next guy, do you have another Jokic take?
Not Jokic, but like since we're talking about the overtime, they truly were dominant in overtime. Overtime is typically played like slow pace. We're going to try to grind it out. And
right at him.
They went right at him, from the opening tip. Like you never thought that it was in jeopardy. Like you saw the crazy lead go, but they didn't make you question if they were going to lose that game in overtime. It was just point after point. Like we're going to just bring it at you, and you better defend or you better try to step up. That was the best part of the game for me. Was just like taking care of what you had to take care of.
Yeah, finally in overtime, it was like, why are we in overtime? Like they just were like, what? Fine.
The Nuggets had 3 haymakers. They got up like 16-17, then they blew it. Then they got up 20 or 21 and then blew it. Then in overtime, it was another haymaker. They're annoying. They're an annoying team.
They are an annoying team, but I love them.
Annoying. I love them too, but I
think
they play with the game a little bit.
That Kings game, I walked out of the arena and I did see a Nuggets friend of ours in the front office. I said, nice win, man. Why do you guys have to be so annoying? Why do you guys have to be so annoying about it?
And
like, tonight, they ran it back.
I want to talk about Aaron Gordon tonight. 7 out of 10 from 3. He's now up to 44% from 3 on the season. on the season.
That's
This is
wild.
real, man. And
44%.
free throw too, right? What is he
Free
shooting?
throw, 80%.
That would be a career high, I believe, for Aaron Gordon. I think 77 is career high off the top of my head. Weird thing to know off the top of my head. Plus, I'm probably wrong. But
I just made it up.
It's a weird thing to just say off the top of your head.
But listen, Gordon's been shooting really well, and while he has missed a lot of time, guys, it's March 7.
He was way wrong.
Was I way wrong?
74%.
All right,
Yeah.
close enough.
It was off the top of my head.
Whatever.
It was just hilarious how confident you said it.
It's
Yeah,
even
you did
more
say
of
it
a.
with
Why do I know that on the top of my head? Or maybe I don't.
I probably don't. If anything, I was more correct. This
Yeah.
is more of a career high.
Yeah,
I was
that's-
Come on, guys.
you were more correct.
But listen, I think, like, look, I don't know if he's going to shoot 42% in the playoffs, and teams will definitely still let him shoot. But man, it does look a lot different. Aaron Gordon's. We talked about the Jokic rules. The first time we saw the Jokic rules, it was about punishing AG's inability to space the floor.
Oh, I love this cook.
Man, it looks really smooth out of his hands right now, and it didn't always. And to
Yeah.
me, that's the thing, is like the lift with the calf comes and goes, but it's really consistent coming out of
Yeah.
his hand in a way it just wasn't 3 years ago. Look, I'm not telling you he's going to lead the postseason in 3-point makes, but I am buying AG's ability to hit open threes and make free throws right now at a level he didn't 2 years ago. And that may matter, man. If it's Jokic rules in the playoffs and if it's AG in the corner, he's at least confident as hell right now. And I personally feel better, as everyone else does, about a catch and shoot look than ever before.
You talk about the Jokic rules and like the way that teams have been bracketing them. They haven't had Aaron Gordon. He's been hurt, and you would think that they would be able to do a bit more of it, or he'll come from the dunker spot for like an alley-oop finish. He said, "Nah, y'all been having issues with like spacing. I'm gonna be able to shoot the three ball."
Yeah.
That's the game we've been hoping for Michael Porter Jr. to have. You know what I mean? Like, he stepped into a place that you guys don't have to shoot it because I will.
Does Michael
7 of
Porter
10.
have? I think Michael Porter's career high on threes is also 7. Which is,
It is like,
is it 8? Okay.
Which
It's
is low.
it's super efficient. 7 of 10 from the field. He like, I feel
Yeah,
like he
you're right,
played
it is
himself
8.
through the injury. They probably was like, we're going to limit him. We're only going to play him a couple of, maybe we'll give him a 15, 20 minute limit. He goes 4 for 4. They're like, all right, he's feeling it. He's feeling himself right now because, like, right now, physically, he does not look like Aaron Gordon. But when you start knocking down those type of, it's like, okay, but he's still shooting. He's still doing these other things. So, I mean, I love what I'm seeing from Aaron Gordon right now. And truly, they needed him tonight.
Yeah.
No, it was great. Like, obviously, like, this is now the Nuggets are finally back together. And for the most of that game, the first 3 quarters, you're like, Psh, we're back.
Yeah,
and
we're
then
back.
the end, it was like, we're back. But then
You
it was
were
like, we're back.
You were like, it's so over.
It's so over. But yeah, man, you just see like the other dimension that can be added with a player like Aaron Gordon. That starting lineup all of a sudden makes a lot more sense. We still got to work on 3-point defense, I would say. But at a certain point, like the Suns
All
were
of
just
defense.
just all defense would be nice. So hopefully they're going to start to, sort of build that back up as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. But the boys are back, and it's
the boys are back in town.
The boys are back on the block. The boys are back from behind the 3-point line. Things were really clicking for the Denver Nuggets on offense, and then now it's just like, okay, Aaron Gordon did not look encumbered at all, obviously by his ankle or by his calf. So that like now
he was confident with those threes too.
He was
man.
incredibly confident.
Couple of them, like he hit one, and you're like, "Oh, it was nice. He had a 3." Then he like pulled up on the break,
Yeah.
a little, not even like right up on the line, maybe about that much behind the
Yeah.
line. And I was like, "Dude, this is a horrible shot. You had one in a row, and he drained it."
I had like 6. Oh my god, do not. Aaron Gordon got 2 of them. PWat got 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
Zeke got 1. Every single one of them went in. 100%.
Nuggets needed a game like this, man. 3-point shooting is going to be so huge. I mean, they need a lot of games like this, but 3-point shooting is going to be huge. And the guys clearly have been talking and just focusing on the fact of the Jokic rules are we're going to leave our 3-point shooters open. They came with a mentality tonight that we're going to take and make them. And they made
did
21
make
of them. 21.
I want to credit Jamal Murray, who I think has been very vocal with the role players and with the media in this recent stretch. That like, these are warm-up shots.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
problem is overthinking them, not taking them,
Yeah.
right? Like, there are counters and things we'll try, but also at some point, it's okay to hit the wide-open corner shooter. Take and make the 3. And I felt like tonight was a collective, like, yo, let's not be scared of shooting. Now, granted, that wasn't Jokic rules from Phoenix, but it was a confident, yo, you're open. Doesn't matter what the last name on your jersey is, man.
Shoot
take it and make it.
rock.
Take it and make it.
First game this season with more than 23s made. They had 3 such games last year, including a 23-3 made game in April 6th against Atlanta. So it's pretty rare.
Did they have to go to overtime in
They
that game?
did not have to go to overtime against the Atlanta Hawks. They did win that one somewhat easy. All right, let's take another break. On the other side, we'll get back to Christian Brown. And then I want to hear what you guys are thinking about Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., as well as our bench boys and Peyton Watson, who had an interesting game tonight.
Dang, it's going to be a packed segment 3. Do not go anywhere.
Hey, what about Miller time? you know what's Miller time? When your favorite player drops 30, 20, 20, and you and all your friends and the diehards in the building together.
You know what?
yeah.
You know what
Miller
else
time.
it's Miller
In fact,
time?
if anyone wants to get me a Miller,
Anybody?
anyone? All right, it's an open offer.
But it's also, just to be clear, it's also Miller time when your favorite player scores 0 points.
It's true. It's always Miller time, unless you're driving or underage.
Right,
It's never Miller time, under those circumstances at all. But every other time can be Miller time. And when, of course, we're talking about the time to drink the best and the original light beer. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 96 calories and just 3.2 grams of carbs per 12 ounces. Miller time is always a good time. The original light beer since 1975 and still the best light beer. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/DNVR to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. And if you drove yourself down to Ball Arena to watch history tonight, I hope you made the trip in a Toyota, because it's the official vehicle of DNVR, but also because they have so many great Toyotas, so many great options for every type of Coloradan.
They even have Toyotas inside Ball Arena.
They even have them inside Ball Arena. I asked if I could take one home. They said no. I said Toyota's an official vehicle of DNVR. They said that means nothing to us.
Yeah, that does.
Fair enough. But Toyota has tons and tons of cars, and there are tons and tons of different types of Coloradans out there these days. No matter what type of Coloradan you are, there's a Toyota that's right for you. So do yourself a favor, visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. There's Auto Nation Toyota Arapahoe in Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places, fellas.
Let's go places. All right, we are back here, segment 3. Later on in the show, here in just a moment, the party bus is back. I hope we have some hot takes ready to go, or some medium mild hot takes. I know we got a couple people queued up here, so let's go quickly now through these last players. Jamal Murray tonight, 8 of 14, 19 points. He was a plus 15, 19 and 8 assists. Jamal, even Jokic a little bit, even though he had this monster game, they just have this sense of like, they know exactly what we need, how much effort we have to give. And it's like, Jamal, just kill these guys. Just put it away. And he didn't have it tonight in that way.
What we need is for you to just kill the Suns. Is that going to be too much? Yeah, he was like pretty differential tonight. And, you can't be too mad because of the result and the way things worked out. He had a bunch of assists. That's obviously a beautiful thing. He's trying to get the rest of the team going. But there were a lot of times where you're like, bro,
45 assists tonight.
Just knock it down.
Had 20, so.
Step up, knock it down. But in the grand scheme, this was a good performance by Jamal Murray. You just want more killer, in him, especially when the Suns are making a push. Yeah, everybody's kind of back on their heels. The ball keeps finding its way into the hands of like Christian Brown, other guys that AG, even guys that had good games, but like. In Jamal Murray time, you didn't really get the Jamal Murray that you needed. Can't be too mad, but again, I am a little traumatized. I'm really trying to get up to where everybody.
I know
I really want to be like 30, 20, 20. But I mean, I'm kind of traumatized by that game.
I do want to gently remind you. They didn't lose.
No, I know, but
they were up 20.
But if it was not a team, if it was a team that was not even in the play-in currently,
but if it wasn't, they would have been a little more focused. I honestly believe that.
It's probably true.
I mean, I just think the Nuggets got up big.
It's
and
probably true.
These teams suck.
Between the last two games, yeah, we won both games.
Jamal Murray, Dev.
I think that it was probably difficult to see Aaron Gordon go 4 for 4. and Jokic, Dillon, and those way. Like, I feel like everybody else had it going on that Jamal was trying to pick and choose the spots that he should attack or where he
I think that's a great take.
That's
Very
something
fair.
that I bet was probably hard of like, okay, is this my time or is this
Right.
not my time? And then in those reads, he did pick those moments, and he has some very clutch, moments in the game.
did.
Also, down the stretch, there was the two-man game that we've been asking for
Yes.
for a couple of games now that we're not seeing. And I mean, I know that the Jokic rules has like altered the way that the team plays, but we've been wanting that pick and roll. We've been wanting them to like feed off of each other, the peanut butter and jelly. And in this game, you saw it. It was like going to break a guy down off the dribble.
Yep.
DHOs like repeatedly until it got open. Mid-range pull-up. Like, you got to see a little bit of everything from Jamal, but I do think that it took him a while to say, what are they doing? What are we, trying to get back to it? And that's probably been rusty for him. So
Yeah.
I do think this was a good, Jamal Murray game where he didn't do too much, but it was like, okay, now that it's time to take over, it's going to be me and Jokic the entire time. I love that.
Yeah, give me Michael Porter.
I think Mike salvaged this one. I think for 3 quarters, 2 quarters particularly, it was real bad. Obviously, we'd love to see him make a 3. I'm worried. I was really worried around halftime, man. It just didn't. It's fine that he missed his shots. It just didn't look like his head was in this thing at all.
He had 3 points at half or something.
3 points at half and some off-ball defense that was pretty horrendous. I thought it was a much different story for Porter in winning time. He did hit the 3 at the 6-minute mark. I know he missed another one. Porter ripping the ball out of Plumlee's hands.
That was that saved the game.
Literally saved the game.
Yeah.
And I have never seen Mike make that play before.
Yeah, that's a
in
great
that
point.
moment, right? And I'm not saying he's going to be in there in the finals ripping balls away from centers. He won't. But that's a particular kind of play from Mike. Like, that's a dog play, right? Like, if Christian Brown makes that play, we go, he's a dog. And Mike did. And here's the other thing. Mike's on-ball defense tonight was good. Mike's off-ball defense tonight was bad. His on-ball defense tonight was good, and I thought in some big spots. I thought Booker and KD tried to ISO him a couple times, and Porter held his own as much as anyone. And look, he is a guy that will fall asleep off ball. He's a guy that gets really confused when you put the team in multiple actions. He's actually not a guy to isolate. He really isn't. And Porter's done really good in isolation defense. He's been terrible defensively this year, so I'm just excited about a sign of what we saw 2 years ago. But Booker tried him, man, and I thought Porter's on-ball defense was part of the win in the fourth quarter and overtime.
It wasn't just the on-ball; it's the isolation the entire time, and especially down the stretch for Michael Porter Jr. He messed up their game plan. Devin Booker wanted desperately to get him in isolation throughout the entire game. Kevin Durant also had that like one-on-one. I want to go at Michael Porter Jr. and yeah, we could remember the strip and dunk, but also there was like isolation plays down the stretch where he came up with the stop.
Yep.
There was the play on Kevin Durant, play on Devin Booker. Those are 2 of the most difficult players in the entire league to guard on an island with the game on the line. And Michael Porter Jr. was doing that. Yes, we want the shot to be falling, of course. But if it's going to be the defense, like he got back out there. Michael Malone took him out for a while, got a long run with Peyton Watson, put Michael Porter Jr. out there and said, show me. And Michael Porter Jr. did step up and showed him in that game. So I like that.
By the way, Peyton Watson tonight in his second game back, 24 minutes, which I like. 11 points, including 3 of 5 from the three-point line, which is huge. Absolutely huge. And, again, Denver just needs a player like this. They need him. And even though he's still coming back from injury, I am really glad he got 24 minutes tonight, because there was a world where it takes him 2 weeks to get back to like this minute total, and Malone trusted him tonight to get that minute total.
Yeah, this is this is the nice part about him being a young guy, is that he can kind of bounce back quickly coming off of injury, and he plays with energy and hustle, obviously, always. I can't believe how confident he is in his 3-point shot.
Yeah.
You're
feeling confident in it?
It goes down, man.
It goes
down like way more than you expect. I told you, like, I personally gave him 3 or 4 assists by just being like, no, why? Oh, right, that's right, because you can make them.
Well, speaking of assists, he had 2 really nice ones today. Like, because I think this is Peyton Watson's game. Can he hit the standstill 3? He's going to have to take it. I don't know if he'll always go 3 of 5. I don't think he will, but tonight he did. The thing I think he can do is pass on the move.
Yeah.
And that's a skill in and of
The
itself.
one to
That-
CB, that little.
That was a nice one. Drove the defenders, jumped, and made the drop-off pass. I think it was for a dunk. Those types of plays are really important, and to me, that's what Peyton Watson's game is. So seeing him get Malone, give him the trust tonight to go out and play 24 minutes, and then seeing him knock down his shots and make a couple passes to me was
it's
pretty
encouraging.
meaningful.
It is encouraging. The Nuggets obviously have a lot to clean up, but again, like you look at these small pieces, how individual players are, improving, how they're doing things. And you got to feel like at a certain point, it's all going to come together, and all of the things that they're doing well are going to work together and dovetail to create, a positive result for the team as a whole. Not that we didn't get one tonight, but just a dominant performance from the Denver Nuggets that I personally am craving.
When you talk about like at their peak, Peyton Watson versus the Suns is Peyton Watson at his peak.
Yeah,
It's
that's his
so
matchup.
wild
Yeah.
that's the matchup for him, because it's Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Like ISO heavy, one of the best scorers of all time in Kevin Durant, where he just plays very confident defensively. And they put him in that matchup. And I really do hope that they go to he's like a stopper or a specialist in those big type of matchups, because that's what the playoffs are about.
Yeah.
It's about like being able to hold your own and trying to slow guys down. And he's been playing that well. He's moving well. He's coming off of an injury. The confidence is still there. He took some wild shots that they dropped because he just is like,
And they
I'm
needed
confident in that shot. I'm going to
Yeah.
hit it. I knocked it down. But that's a great Peyton Watson game, but it's because of the defense for me.
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know who I love? Matt Ishbia. Because that
Same.
guy traded Ayton. Jokic had a perfect triple-double against him. Gets Nurkic in there. He's like, we got to get rid of this guy and find a Jokic stopper. Let's trade for Nick Richards. R.I.P. 30-20-20 game on Nick Richards. They traded to get there like, we don't have a center that can match up to the Nuggets.
And who was guarding him when they were like, we need to stop Mason Plumlee?
Yeah, Nick Richards got yanked. They're like,
Yeah.
no
No
one
one
is
is-
Plumlee. I don't know.
No one is more depressed on the trade deadline day than Matt Ishbia. He's just like, what? I don't have anything to do for the rest of the year. This sucks.
Matt Ishbia just
Mitchell.
probably hate watches Jokic. Like they had their moment, and
Bro,
now every time he
you're right.
sees him from there, it's like, this guy again.
It is true. Jokic,
Like,
maybe that's why he goes off against him. Is he's like, you know what?
Can I- one more PWat thing. In the non-Jokic minutes to start the fourth, maybe the biggest minutes of the game, to be honest, guys, because Phoenix was making a run, and I thought that non-Jokic group did just enough for 4 minutes. Peyton Watson hit maybe one of the 3 to 4 biggest shots of the game. He hit a 3 in the corner with like maybe 9 minutes left, and I know a lot of consequential stuff happened after, but the game was slipping away.
Yeah.
And it was like, where do we get a look? Mike couldn't get open. Jamal was being blitzed. They tried the pick and roll with Zeke Naji. It was a mess. It's like, what are we going to do? And he just fires it off to Peyton, who hit a huge 3. Peyton actually has sneaky hit some big 3s this year.
Dude,
and so I hope that
unreal.
that is something that he feels when it's his turn to take and make one in the playoffs, because it will be at some point.
By the way, 45 assists for the Nuggets tonight. Most in Jokic era history. Most of the Jokic era. They've never had 45 assists before. They've had 44 a handful of times. Never 45. Tonight we're watching history.
Dude, what?
So
How
those
is this a
points-
historic game? I
You
swear
were
to God,
just too pissed. You were just
the whole night I'm like, or at the end of the night I'm like, and then I looked up and I'm like, oh, that was the greatest game I've ever witnessed. Maybe, perhaps I should change my tune and tenor, but I can't.
But I can't because they're not making us feel like they're a championship contender. But guess what? That's for next week.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Yeah,
for
you're right.
starting Sunday when statement week.
That's for hangover
You beat a
takes.
bunch of bums by 100. You beat them by an overtime. Who cares?
Who
It's the
cares,
same thing.
dude? A win's a win.
Guys, it's takeover night, which means you
Yeah.
two are kicked off. Get
Thank
off the couch.
God, dude.
It's time to bring in the real stars of the show, which are all the homies that went with us on the party bus tonight to witness history. Let's bring in our first couple guests. We got 2. Who's hopping on?
Oh, season ticket holder and DNVR Nuggets legend, the boys' dad.
There's a lot of people vying for
Come on in. Yeah, don't be shy.
There's a lot of people vying for first team, first teamers in the house.
Boys' dad's got a
How
real
many times?
case.
Introduce yourself again, and how many times is this for you on the show on a takeover night?
This is my second time on the DNVR Nuggets show.
Okay. Did you break the
How'd
mic?
you pull that off?
Did you break the mic?
I'm playing Nikola Jokic.
That was too good.
What a great
That was
transition.
too good. So, are you guys down in the dumps like D-line is after that game?
Absolutely not. When I go to a Nuggets game, I don't even look at the scoreboard until the end of the game. I don't know if that's just a me. I looked up and I saw that Jokic had 30, 20, 20. And I started high-fiving every single person who went up the aisle.
Yeah.
No joke. I went and high-fived every single person and was like, this is a historic night that we just witnessed.
We just witnessed it,
A
man.
30, 20, 20 game in the DNVR Discord. There it is. I would highly recommend. My hot take for the mailbag was that Jokic's best game ever will be a 50-20-20. This is the closest
You got close.
I've got, and that was on a party bus. 30-20-20.
Hell yeah.
That's probably the best game I will ever witness live on Jokic, and I didn't even know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
You never know.
To be fair, I don't know if he would know.
I knew at the end of the game that was a fantastic game, and it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for Kevin Durant that he hit that shot. So
He gave us a little extra.
for that, just a little bit of
That's what I'm
juice
talking
at the
about.
very end.
I love
talking
that.
about.
That's the energy to bring. KD hits that shot. It's like, hell yeah, we get to pat our
30,
stats.
20, 20. Bring
Let's
it.
go. Sucks to be you, sons.
Yeah, it does. They didn't score it at all.
Will, did you enjoy that game immensely, or did they bother you?
that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was wonderful. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The crowd was terrific in there.
Yeah.
My takes are two. One has to do, one's related to the game. The other is related to my T-shirt, which I'm going to have a new shirt done that says "Not even effing Wilt."
Okay. I like it. You guys don't know, this is the boy's dad in the chat. He's the boy's dad, and he always has his own custom-made T-shirts, with different sayings.
Boy's dad, in my opinion, famous for going to the Nuggets games on time as a season ticket holder.
Yeah, which is
and
always appreciated.
And watching the pregame show from his seat.
Yeah.
What a treat, man.
It's not a treat.
What a
Yeah.
legend.
The other thing, though, is that KD 4-point play. The league needs to change the rule that the shooter also has to come down outside the line.
Yeah,
And that way they won't have that kicking out stuff just to draw that extra.
It's not even kicking out, man. It's just how far forward
Well,
can
he
you
was
jump?
kicking out on that
Well,
one.
there's a handful of players though that jump like Patty Mills is this way. Patty Mills jumps like 6 feet forward on his 3-pointer.
Yeah.
So it's like you could just be like 4 feet away from him and he'll land in your space and you're like, foul? Like I don't.
It's no different for the referee. The referee's got to see the line going up. They can see the line coming down.
I like the rule, but it's not going to happen. But that's a good one. All right, you guys know the jig. We got to get a hot take out of you. You come on the show. You got to be prepared. Will, it sounds like you have one in the chamber.
Well, my hottest take is that puppy class at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning is going to be really tough.
It's going to be rough, yeah.
It's going to be really rough. I think the puppy's not going to be a happy
That's
boy
that
when
one
I get
pepper
home.
take, yeah. That was your take? Hold on. You can't get away with that take.
Well, my take was the thing about the...
All right, about the
We
rule.
just hyped you up for 5 minutes.
I know. I can't believe you didn't
That's
come
all
with a
right.
spice
We'll
here.
give you
You got to be
another.
spicier for us.
I think after this game, Jokic best stat line ever is going to be a 50-20-25 game.
So you think this is not the end?
This is not even close to the end.
He
Did
is
he up it
doubling,
to 50,
he's
25?
doubling down. He said he was going to have a 50-20-20 game. Yo got a 30-20-20, and he's like, you know what?
Not enough.
50-25-25.
Not
Yeah,
enough.
absolutely. That was his best assist game, right?
Yes.
And then closest to
Yeah.
his most rebounds.
But he's going to get all of
I
that
think
while
in the
also scoring
playoffs,
50.
I think in the playoffs,
playoffs.
he's going to play. He's going to go crazy because he's going to play almost all the minutes in the game.
Yeah.
And he's going to go 50-25-25 game.
Kale? Correct.
Fuego.
And Fuego,
Absolutely.
5 of them. I love it. Hey, man, your faith is not rattled. And you know
He's
what's
gonna
funny?
get it. I don't
Here's
know.
the thing, though, man. Like, we did this for years and years. We used to sit out, hang out in the parking lot nonstop and be like, what if Yoke ever had a 50-point game? What if Yoke ever had
No
triple-double?
goalposts have moved more
No, yeah. Like,
than the Jokic hot box and hot take.
by the way, we didn't even mention, ties his career high 29 triple-doubles in a season.
Also set his career high for assists tonight, most ever by a center.
Most
the
ever
way-
by a center and his own personal career high. Lots of records fell tonight.
since
reporting
Jokic.
on the ground from our homies is that in the locker room, Jokic looked at Russ and said, "Russ, You don't have a 30-20-20 game? You don't have one?
By the way, Russ tweeted out a Joker card, today. Quote tweeted it with a little, the stat line with a little Joker card.
I have a segment for you on another show. Did Russell Westbrook hire a social media manager, or is he more online than he's been in 5 years?
Ooh.
Talk about it later.
You're going to do the research on that one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Let's clear it out. Let's
Thank
bring
you,
some more
fellas.
people on.
Go
The
to
boys,
a-
Dad, you're a legend.
Any party buses.
Yeah, go to-
fantastic.
hell yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Party
Watching
buses
Kale
are
do his
great.
magic behind the scenes is fantastic. Would recommend.
Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you
You guys
so
are the
much.
best. Come on in, fellas, if you want to. Come on in.
Who do we got? We got 2 more? There you go. Hello again, Adam. Hello,
What's up,
hello. Good to see you, man.
Good to
You have a
see
good
you, boss.
time?
Yeah, I had a great time.
Brother?
What's up, brother? How we doing, man? Yeah.
Doing well.
Welcome.
We're gonna do something really quick.
Uh-oh, what are we doing?
I love Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
But
Well done.
That's it's well.
Well
There
done.
it is. Very appropriate for tonight.
Hey, when you sit back, bring that mic in
Bring
real
that
close.
mic in nice and close, nice and intimate with you there. All right, real quick, introduce yourself to the crowd.
I'm Eric, and I'm actually just in town for the weekend. And what a game to go to!
Are you kidding? Hang on, where are you from?
I am from Chicago originally. I live in Vegas now, but I've been a Nuggets fan since I was a Melo guy instead of a James guy. So
All right.
since Melo came onto that team, I've been a fan. So yeah,
So you came in for just the weekend,
I came-
hit a
Yep.
takeover, and saw history.
I got the email. I bought the tickets, and here I am. And what a game to go to!
Dude, this is my
No
guy.
regrets.
Unbelievable.
No regrets.
Come on.
Don't go anywhere after this. We're drinking together. Buckle up. All right?
All right, introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm Isaiah, lifelong Nuggets fan, lived in Colorado my entire life, and I didn't want to miss a game like this.
Isaiah, you've been on before, no?
No, I've never been on
Have
the
you never
show
been on the
before,
show?
but I have met you guys
We
down
have
in the bar
been, okay,
before,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So incredible one. What's your guys' take from the night? Obviously we've had some mixed emotions from it, but it sounds like you guys both thought it was awesome.
Do you want me to lead with my hot take?
No, I'll give you a warm up here. Just
Okay,
let you
okay.
warm up.
I mean, this is not. I mean, what are they going to say now? I love SGA, but I mean, what are they going to say? What can you say about Joker? I mean,
it sets the stage for Sunday. I
Right?
think.
Yeah,
I think this was a
absolutely.
nice lead into now the MVP showdown.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's good that it was on ESPN too.
Yeah?
This game.
My guy Legs on the call.
Shout out Tim Legler.
So I mean, I'm just hoping for a good game on Sunday and then back to back. Right? It's on Monday as well.
Yeah.
So good showing from the team and from Joker, and maybe he can take that MVP again.
Yeah, maybe.
That second game is not going to matter.
I don't think so either. I have a feeling they're not going to.
The first one is the one. If I could
It's
get
on
one,
ABC.
If
The
I could
second
have
one-
one.
Yeah.
The second one's on NBA
You guys know
TV.
who's calling the game? Tim Legler.
Tim Legler.
Legler.
You
I
guys
love your
know,
shows
you
with him,
guys
by the
know
way.
who has an MVP vote?
Tim Legler.
Tim Legler?
Just saying, man.
No.
This could be. He had a front row to history tonight.
Can we really just leverage that and lean on him really hard?
I mean, I already do.
Just
I've
buy
already
his vote?
texted him nonstop.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like,
I
hey
think
man,
we should buy
gotta
his vote, not
Did
to
you
get
guys
him in
see
trouble,
this?
but just send him a check.
All right. Well, you guys know the drill. You got to come prepared with a hot take when you join the takeover. So sounds like you have one in the chamber.
I'm not sure if it's a super hot take, but this game in particular reminded me a lot of the 2023 season.
This game did.
This
Okay.
game did. I know that you said Phoenix is a bunch of bums and they didn't want this game, but they really did want this game. Kevin Durant was playing like full court defense, full switching
Yeah.
from 1 to
Yeah,
5 on
they
everyone.
played a lot of minutes too,
They,
those two.
they took Bull out of the game basically like right away and started playing Mason
Yeah.
because he was doing so much better.
Yeah.
They
Bring it.
really wanted this game. And
Bring it.
Denver
Well, they
responded.
need it. Yeah.
Yeah, they needed it, but and Denver responded. Aaron came to play.
Yeah.
He looked like himself in the playoffs. They went straight to the 2-man game when it mattered in overtime, and it
Yeah.
looked just as potent as ever. I'm really, really confident about the team after this game in particular.
Really? So
Yes.
this game boosted your confidence level.
Oh, when overtime was happening, I was like you couldn't console me.
Because
but-
you were like, these are the guys. That's the 2-man game. That's
Yes.
the Nuggets.
Yeah, but right after that, it was like, oh no, this is the team again. They have their problems, but this is the team again. They know what they're doing.
All right. So that's the hot take: is that this is the 2023 team,
Maybe
or
not
as
the,
good? Like they're as good as the 2023
They
team.
can go on a run just like the 2023
Okay.
team.
All right. All
That's
right.
a-
There you
that's
go,
a-
Kale. What do you
that-
think?
oh, Kale,
Three
that's a
pepper.
fine- I feel like
He
that's a
says
fine-
three pepper. I think. I don't know.
I think they can't. All right. You know what? Let me fall back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And one last thing, we need to start calling it the picket fence whenever Jalen Pickett does something really physical in game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, his screening. He's
Yeah,
a
he
picket
needs-
fence.
he needs to be the
Except for a
picket
picket fence is so weak.
You know what we call it, though? You know what we say,
It's
bro?
like a weak little
You know what we
fence.
say?
But
Don't cross the picket line.
Yeah. Don't
yeah,
cross
that's-
the picket
yeah.
line. Don't cross the. All right.
It's similar to my man here. we've had our ups and downs.
Yeah.
And I think, when we think we're about to get it going, we fall back a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do think my hot take's that right when the playoffs start, I think we're going to get hot.
Right then and not until then.
I mean, right before then.
Perfect.
I'm saying, like he said.
I hope it's not until the playoffs.
Honestly,
We're just
perfect.
like, this team sucks. Then they're like, what?
But like you said, this game is going to help get us there. I think we might have a few games again where we're don't look our best, but I think that this game's going to help us get there again when playoffs come around. So.
Alrighty. What do you think, Kale? They're both kind of measured hot takes, wouldn't you say? These are very measured.
Very,
You'll give them 4.
Very
All right.
optimistic, though.
It's
Very
optimistic.
optimistic.
I
Said
love
be
it.
prepared.
I like it. You guys were good. All right. Good stuff, guys. Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you.
All right,
Fellas,
good stuff.
what a
Good
treat.
stuff,
Thank you so
fellas,
much.
for a
Yeah.
segment. Who else we got? We got our homie here. The Big Lebowski of Nuggets Nation. Yes. That's what I would say.
This is our courtside beneficiary
Did we just get Harrison Wynn?
or beneficient.
Oh, let's go to Harrison.
you guys get to be on for
Beneficent?
Harrison
I
Wynn.
love
We're going to get
Harrison.
it live from Ball
What's
Arena.
happening?
Let's find out what Harrison
Harrison's
Wynn has
great.
to say. It's jingle, huh?
Yeah. Win time.
There he is, Harrison,
Yeah.
right from the courtside. All right, courtside fit. I'm what a game, man. I'm actually really excited to hear what people had to say about this one. Take us inside.
Man, I haven't been to a game in a while. Vogt's going to a lot of games lately. I'm really glad I went to this one. That was a good choice by me to go to this one. Just to be in the building to witness the first ever 30-20-10 game, a 20-20-20 triple-double. These are the nights where you just feel lucky to witness greatness. You feel lucky to watch and cover and be following Nikola Jokic in his career. It's nights like this that just really make it special. And kind of that was the feeling after this game, man. Everybody kind of appreciated that. Michael Malone got on the podium and said, Nikola Jokic is one of one. He's in a class of his own in the league right now. And, anytime you're one of one in a league like the NBA where there have just been so many greats, that says a lot. And you just got the feeling that, his night was appreciated by, obviously, his teammates, his coaches, but just also the fans here, man. I mean, there was just like this sense of we were watching something special, when he was putting the finishing touches on his night tonight.
Yeah, man. It is true. Fan base loves Yoke. It just loves Yoke.
They
man.
know.
And I love how the crowd knows
know.
the stat line. Like that's the other part of it. Is everybody kind of knows like what's building. It's so cool, man.
Yeah. Yoke signed a game ball after the game. I think he was signing some box scores as well. I think there was some stuff that might go to the Hall of Fame. I don't know.
Oh, crap. I should have grabbed the
Speculating.
box score.
If you want, I could try to bring some back for you.
Try to
please
grab
do.
a
There's
bunch.
so many
Try
left,
to grab a
yeah.
bunch,
All right.
honestly.
Get him.
Yeah. But yeah, it was funny, man. Yoke after the game, 30-20-20 game, no big deal. He's just talking with Vlatko in Serbian at his locker. Like nothing happened. It's just pretty incredible.
Man, that is incredible. All right, what else?
Yeah. Spoke to Aaron Gordon as well. I asked him, that was another storyline tonight. Aaron Gordon's three-point shot he was on fire, from the start of this game, and it got Nuggets off to a great start. And I asked him, how much does living on a basketball court help your three-point shot? And he looked at me like I had two heads. He looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, oh, no shit, dude. It helps.
In Wynn's defense,
I feel like it's a good question.
In Wynn's defense, I asked him to ask the question, so I'm sorry. I thought it was a good
I thought
question.
it's a good question.
But now we have our answer.
All right, cool.
Now we have our answer. And Aaron Gordon said, look, man, when I can't sleep, I get up shots.
Dude, this rules.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's incredible.
And then he just kind of had a lot of good stuff to say about, how special it is to be on the floor with Yoke. And, he and Kevin Durant both said this tonight that, he had a quiet 30-20-20 game, if that's possible.
It was a quiet 30-20-20 game. That's pretty quiet. Real quick, Wind, if everybody is watching us right now on our Fast channel, head on to the internet and watch Overtime, where we can say bad words. Fuck. All right, we're back, Wind.
But that's all I got, man. It was an incredible night here. And, man, I was lucky to be here for this one. Sorry, Vogt, it wasn't you.
Hey, listen, we all got to be there
We were
together.
all there. We were all there,
bro. What a treat. I'm glad you got to be there, man. You deserve it. Great work tonight.
Man. Take care. Get home safe.
Later.
History.
All right. We got new... What was that?
That's new.
That was the timer. We got some new panelists. Introduce yourselves.
I am Jeremy J. Rock Michael.
Hey.
Jeremy took us to see the Lakers game near courtside
Well,
recently.
us is not exactly. That's not.
Oh, that's right. You didn't get to
that's
go.
not us.
No.
He talked. He brought them.
Yeah.
But,
My bad.
all right.
And I'm Tony Madonna.
Oh hell yeah! All right,
What's
man.
happening?
We got a chill little panel here going on.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
chill, man.
You guys
chilling.
look like you could teach me how to snowboard.
All very true.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm a
I'm
skier,
not trying
brother.
to stereotype here.
I am a
You guys
skier.
look like
Colorado. Very
you guys
Colorado
look
counts
so
going on here.
Colorado, man.
Are we Colorado?
I mean, I grew up in Breckenridge, so that makes sense.
Really? Yeah, that's awesome.
That'll do it. Have you been to the
I'm West
absinthe bar there?
Virginia.
We'll talk later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome. It's a great spot.
It is great.
Awesome. So, what you guys look at? You get the shoes and everything.
I love
man.
these
What do you
shoes,
guys
bro.
think of the? Have you seen the new slides?
No.
You didn't see Kale? Can you
Oh
pull them
my.
up? They're dude. 361
slides.
is
Bring 'em
going
up.
all out for Jokic right now,
okay.
trying to create
We
a
are
whole
all out.
suite of
Bring 'em.
products. Check out
Oh,
these things.
man.
They look like
Ooh.
Yeezys,
Wow.
and they also look like a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Also true. Very true.
If you don't need socks, I'm in. You know what I mean?
I even
Maybe in
need
the summer.
socks.
Maybe in the summer.
Jokic is going to wear those and dance in Serbia.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, he's gonna look. I think those are awesome.
Serbian
I
wedding?
gotta find a pair. If 361 makes in my size, I'll get
Get
them.
'em.
I think
I mean, they
they're dope.
better. I mean, they
I
make
don't
it
need-
in
Yo,
Jokic size,
I
so
mean-
they should.
I wear
on.
the same size as Jokic,
Oh, there you go.
and I keep trying to put that out there. Just
Okay.
so that maybe he's like, oh,
Yeah, I don't
Hey.
think he's picking it up, man.
I don't think he's picking it
not
up either.
picking-
Nobody's
He's
just
not
like
picking up
this
what,
to him. I mean,
not picking up what you're printing
every
down.
now and then I just
361.
yeah, 361. What's going on here?
Big Adam.
Hook it
over
up.
there. Hook it up.
So, we can get right into a hot take. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to like
I have
mention?
a warm take.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna warm up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Warm it. Can
All right,
we
warm it
warm
up.
it
Yeah,
up?
warm it up.
Okay, in a playoff game, Aaron Gordon, because of the Jokic rules, whatever
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
crap is,
Yeah.
he's going to have 10 threes.
That's
That's war, baby.
Kale.
Oh, and Fuego.
I love that Jeremy
Kale,
said
yeah.
this.
It's
warm
warm,
take.
baby.
It's a warm take.
That
This
is
one's
warm.
not too hot. He's gonna have 10
Nice.
three-pointers.
Nice.
You
Yeah.
had 7 tonight.
Look, I'm
that was
gonna ask
third
myself-
career
high,
The
but-
three
but you guys
misses.
know Steph Curry?
The 3 misses. I
That's
thought he
true.
was going to make them, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
He was-
I love your
I
optimism,
love
Insane.
man.
it. That's a very hot,
It's
warm take.
warm.
Nobody has ever said like my take's not that hot and then scorched. Just scorched right through. I like it. All right, that's a good one. 5 peppers. That was pretty warm.
Pretty warm.
All right, what do you got for us?
I was gonna take the low hanging fruit for you, Adam, and I was hoping Pickett would get in this game. I was waiting for him.
Yeah.
I
that's
think
fine.
Me too.
I think he's a solid 9th man to help Russ back up the 2-point guard to back up Christian and Jamal for the playoffs.
Let me ask you a question. I was going to say, do you think he could play in the playoffs?
I honestly, I think the way we're at now, we're a 9-man rotation and Pickett's in it.
Yeah. I like
that's,
it.
That's
The
how I
Pickett
feel.
man.
I think he
Colin,
might be-
I
think he
wanted
might
him
be
to
right.
go up against Colin Gillespie.
yeah,
Yeah, Colin got
yeah.
in for a little bit.
Would have been a great.
Would have been a nice
We'll just
little
have
like.
to settle for 30-20.
I can see him against Devin Booker. I think he plays solid on-ball defense. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
He
know,
knows
but not
how
for
to
maybe
play.
long stints, but definitely for the off Jokic minutes and off Murray minutes for sure.
He'll get more chances this year. There's
Absolutely.
19 games to go. He'll
Absolutely.
play some games, and we'll just kind of see how he goes. So that's not a hot take prediction.
That was
though.
my
It's
warm. That was my warm
Those
take.
are warm.
so
Those are warm.
So we're going back to Jeremy now
I
for the
got
hot
hot.
take.
Yes,
Okay.
he's got the hot take.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
we need a
hottest
new
of
graphics.
takes. Here, hot. Let me pull this mic
This
over
has to
here
be
a little
hotter,
bit.
though.
It's a little bit hot.
Oh no.
So I have the original shirt,
Yeah.
not
Jokic.
LeBron,
Yeah. Goatich right there. The mountain goat. We call that shit the mountain goat.
not Jordan.
Oh, man.
Oh wow.
But if he goes 10 years, this guy's going to be number 1, bro.
He's gonna be number 1 all time. That one is really hot. Wow, mild take. I
Kale
love
says
it.
it's mild.
Kale says
Mild, I love
Mild
Kale.
as heck.
Mild.
Well, I mean, tell me something. How many times did Michael Jordan have a 30-20-20 game?
Case settled.
Never.
How many times LeBron have that?
We're just talking numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie, man. Numbers never lie. I love it. We haven't talked a whole lot lately about the Jokic GOAT case, but you just got to win some more, man.
You got to win. He's got to win.
Like right now, it's not about numbers, not about anything. It's just like you got to win championships.
Yeah,
There's
he's gotta
nothing
win
else to prove.
He's
That's
gotta
why
win
the
more.
MVP conversation to me is like, I think Jokic's the best player in the world and having the greatest season, one of the greatest seasons of all time.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, it doesn't do anything for him anymore. It's like he's
It
got to win
doesn't really.
titles.
It's insane.
Everyone
don't
knows,
think he cares.
everyone knows 3 titles would do so much more than 4 MVPs,
Yeah.
right? And I know that'd be 2 more.
It
but
would be awesome. I do want it, but I'm just saying it doesn't. He's got
everyone
enough
knows.
MVP.
Everyone knows
Everybody
he's the
knows.
best. Just go win.
Everybody knows.
Just go
man.
win. Yeah.
We'll start chanting 10 more
All right,
years.
So you got a now even hotter take since that was the warm one.
Hot take. We meet the Lakers in the first round,
First round.
and we 4-0.
That's a very hot take.
And we 4-0.
Yes. Who's
Let's
your
just amend
daddy?
this to say second round because if they made it in the first round, I think Denver has to fall a long way.
Or the Lakers.
I think the
Or
Lakers.
the Lakers have to fall a
Hey,
long
he's like,
way.
hey,
but
man,
I
it's
mean-
a hotter take than you think.
you know,
Yeah.
it is a hotter take now that I really
I mean,
chew on
the
it.
2-6 is insane right now in the
It
Western
really
Conference.
is, man.
I love it. I was starting to put this out there for myself, just kind of sitting here thinking, 'cause the Lakers are feeling great about themselves
They
right
are.
now. I don't know if you guys know.
Absolutely.
And the Lakers were horrified. Even their fan base was horrified at Denver, like just anybody but Denver. And now they're like, we want Denver. We
Yeah.
want Rich.
Yeah.
It'd be so great if it's the same result.
Thought about it a lot.
Yeah, like, oh, we
Yes.
want him. Get him out of here.
Get him
Oregon.
outta here.
You know, just demoralize
For
him,
7
ruin
games, I
it.
just think we make the adjustments that we can make.
There you go.
Whatever defense they figured out works.
Well,
Jokic
we play him here
smoked-
coming up. We
what-
play him on what,
Smokic
Friday?
yeah,
or
that's
something?
going to be a
Those
big.
things
That's
are-
going to be a big one.
So, all right,
That's gonna be a
let's-
big one.
Hey, you guys were great.
Fellas,
Warms,
hot tip.
hots,
Great
everything
work.
else. We
Absolutely.
appreciate you
Hey,
guys.
Jeremy,
Appreciate you guys.
do you ever want to go to another game real close or something? You know what I mean?
There's a Lakers game coming up.
Hey, listen,
Oh
LA
my
is in town.
goodness!
you've got a line.
I've got.
You've got a line.
You want to go? Maybe.
All right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We'll talk
Get
later.
out of here, dude. Get
We'll
out
get
of
outta
here.
here.
Get out of
Adam-
here. Get out of here, man.
Adam will
I'm
talk.
done. All right, we'll talk, brother. Hey, good stuff. Good stuff.
Hit player of the game in the transition.
There you
Let's
go.
hit a player of the game.
Oh, who's the
UC
player
Health.
of the game, Kale?
Player
Who's
of
the
the
UC
game?
Health
It's
Lives
Nikola
Extraordinary player of the
Jokic.
game?
Oh
It's
my
Jokic.
goodness, that is really good. That's who I voted for. Was it unanimous in the chat, Kale?
No, because we put a joke on
Oh, who won the joke poll?
that.
That sounds about
Why did
right.
you ask that? Of course it was going to be
Yeah.
Dev. It's always Dev. UC Health is the official healthcare partner of DNVR Nuggets. UC Health, live extraordinary. We got new panelists on. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Blake. I go to Boulder High. Big fan of the podcast.
Awesome.
Blake,
Welcome,
what's up,
Blake.
man?
I'm his mom, Vivian.
Okay.
Nice.
Vivian and Blake. All right. Did you guys enjoy the game tonight?
Very much. We go to a few games a year, and we managed to catch some amazing ones.
Really?
We were at the overtime Pelicans game.
Okay. Wait, which
Murray?
one? The Jokic
The
crazy
crazy
one?
Jokic
40?
one?
That might be his best game of
And
all
what'd
time.
you tell me on the bus? What was the last game you went to?
The last game we went to was Murray's career high.
Oh, wow.
You guys should go to more games.
We went to
I
the
know.
Jokic full court heave.
Really? You caught the full court
Yeah,
heave?
yeah.
That's
Bro,
awesome.
what?
I love
First-
that that's history.
Were you at the
I was at the
finals,
Heat
too?
game.
We were
First
at game
game,
one.
You
of
did
the
go to the
finals.
final. Can you guys go to every game?
That's incredible, man.
What a run you're
Oh,
on.
he was at Jamal when Jamal made a shot.
Oh yeah, I'm actually
Jamal
in that
Murray
photo.
made a shot,
If you
yeah,
zoom
that
in,
was-
like,
What's going
behind
on?
the backboard
Really?
in that photo. Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
credentialed. You've been at more of these moments than I have.
Is that
That's
the last
incredible.
time Embiid was in Denver?
Okay.
I was very small.
That was like 2017 or
Yeah.
2019, I think.
Oh, you
Is
were
that
a
what you're saying?
child.
That
Yeah.
was the
He
Jokic
was
game winner?
11.
Yeah, your life's changed a lot.
The Jokic
Yeah.
game winner?
Yeah.
Dude, you were in like elementary school the last time
Yeah,
Embiid
no, I
played?
was in like preschool. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's incredible, man. That's absolutely incredible. Where's this one rank? It's hard to say. They're just all good.
Yeah, I mean the numbers were amazing, but it didn't. It like they said, it didn't feel
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
incredible as,
All right.
as the numbers show. I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, because we were worried they might lose,
Yeah.
which would have ruined it all. But they didn't. They won.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean, once you get to overtime,
Yeah.
you know they're gonna win.
Well, I
You know,
prepped you guys
wasn't
for this
concerned.
at
5-0
Ball
overtime
Arena. I
this year.
told you when we do takeovers, you get to come on the show, but you have to give us a hot take, and then we critique that hot take. So I hope you thought of one.
Oh, I got it.
You've got one, Blake.
got one.
All right, let's hear it.
Christian Brown is gonna be the first All-Star teammate that Jokic plays with.
For Pepper before
Hear me
Jamal
out.
Murray.
Hear me out. He's 23, right? From 20.
Is he 23?
Yes,
I thought he was
23
older
years
than
old.
that.
That's what you think. You think he's older.
I do.
'cause We drafted him to
Oh,
come in.
Blake's ready to
You
go.
drafted him to come in.
I love that
be
he
this
came-
role
That's
player.
right.
You think Adam Morris, but you'd be wrong.
You're right. He is 23.
Right.
Well, hold on. Hold on. His birthday's in
Big
2
rebounding jump.
weeks. But
He's
okay.
becoming a much better passer,
I
much
love
better
this.
defender.
You
He's
know,
willing to learn.
This is when you come on the show, especially if you come up against me. You better bring this energy. I like it. He didn't
love it. He was ready to go.
Let me push him around.
Not
He's like,
only was
he
it a
can't
hot
push right
take,
back.
Jamal Murray's going to
You know
come
what?
into the
He's
season.
selling me, and I'm sitting here going, he's only 23.
Oh, you know what?
If you point the growth of Christian Brown from 2 years ago to last year to right now, hey, he's on. If that
you
keeps
continue the
going,
plot. Exactly.
you continue it.
It's a good hot take. It's a great
Can
hot
you
take.
imagine if Christian Brown was actually just the running bait?
And he's like, by the way, guys, all you have to do is run. You just don't
Pretty good at
he
it.
just gives you the ball.
I love that take. I think it's a 5-pepper take. Personally, Kale goes with 4 peppers, which tells me, hey, man, it's out there. It's out there. All right, Vivi, what do you got?
I don't know if I fully believe it, but
Hey,
Those are
spoiler alert.
those
you
are the
don't
best
have
ones.
to.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe this at all.
how about Jokic will outplay Shea in both back-to-back games and lock up MVP?
You know what's sad
That's a
about
great-
this?
that's
What
a
I was
great
going to
one.
say, she doesn't believe it, and it's a 3-pepper take. It's not even a 5-pepper take, and she still is hedging it.
No, but she says get the MVP though.
Oh, and get the
And
MVP.
get-
Which I think at
that'll
this
steal the
point,
MVP.
yeah, that makes it a hot
You
take.
know what's funny, man? We'll talk about this on Sunday morning, I'm sure, in our pregame show, which everybody should tune into, by the way. I love the pregame show. I really do think it's silly, but it will flip over these next 2 games if Yoke outperforms and dominates and they win.
Well, he went from plus 400 to plus 230, I think,
Right.
just tonight.
Just tonight?
Yeah.
That would be a
Because
big
everybody
swing.
knows that this set the table.
And that
if
Shea
he
didn't
didn't
play.
do this tonight and then you go into those games, the odds would have been tougher. But this game set the table. It was on ESPN. You had Tim Legler calling it, all this stuff. This set the stage for Sunday's game and for Yoke to be able to take it. Here's the problem. If you told Yoke, gave him truth serum and said, do you want the MVP or not? I'm not sure what he would say.
I honestly think that Jokic thinks we've never won when I win MVP, and he actually thinks it works that way.
So Yoke might come out and have a
Yeah.
little stinker on Sunday
Yeah,
where
it's
we're all
not worth it.
furious because he's
Not
like,
worth
man,
it.
you see the odds on
But I do think
Bet365?
if he's going to get it, he has to get those two. But if he gets those two, I think it's
There's
really
no
on-
argument
I think
if
it's
he
on the
gets those
table, man. Yeah.
Well, next week is statement week because they have those 2 games. Then you also have Minnesota Timberwolves. Then you have the LA Lakers. And I think all of them are on national television except for the second
Oh, boy.
Thunder game.
What could
So
go wrong?
It's statement week, and Yoke can make a statement. Should he choose, he could do that. So I like it.
Thank you.
All right, you guys were awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you
go
so
to
much
more
for
games.
hopping on.
Go to more games. That's our big takeaway.
Yeah, you guys got to make it to the Laker game. this coming up this next week.
Yeah.
Anybody else hopping on? Is that it?
That it?
All right, we have super chats to get to. You guys can hang on. 50
You do
super
not have
chats.
to hang out. You're welcome to if you want.
I closed my computer. You guys can hang out with us.
Yeah,
for
you
super
can hang out
chats.
if you'd like.
This is the weirdest part
There
of the show.
are a lot of them, though. If you get bored, feel free to walk away. Maximo, the Portuguese dude. As a Wolves fan, my 3 favorite players to watch in my lifetime: Kevin Garnett, his commitment to hustling every minute, Magic and his creativity, and smooth Alex English. I declare tonight, Nikola Jokic is now my favorite player.
I mean, it's true, man. How could? First of all, I love all those guys, but come on, it took this long.
I
feel like this game was awesome, but it
kind
took
of
a while.
one pepper take.
But welcome on,
But
welcome in.
it did hit. It
Yeah.
did hit. RP43. Any momentum on the Jokic MIP? No.
I love this take.
I mean, if we're
love
giving it to Kate,
hey, he is more improved from last year.
Fun fact, though, because Trey Murphy and Norman Powell have missed too many games, Christian Brown is now in 3rd place in terms of the odds.
Bro,
it should.
For most improved player. In the conversation. Thank you, Cal. Vladislav. Oh, I'm sorry. To finish RP43, he's way better than last year. Steals, 3-point percentage, improved score, and passer.
All right, man. It's all true.
Vladislav.
If Blake is to believe, he's going to win MIP next year.
Nuggets main
keeps
defense
going.
against the 3 equals hope you miss. Yeah, does feel that way sometimes. And KD did not miss. Mr. Exquisite Nugget, no Eric, no Adam, no Dev, no Kale. You'll never escape Seahawk. I predicted right on the Jokic triple-double. LFG, AG, back-raised vibes. Also, good show, Vogt. Thanks, buddy. You guys don't know how good I have it, man. Uncle Rico's Revenge. ESPN.
Wow.
We're in overtime. Sorry, Mom. ESPN would cream their pants if Braun did this. No love.
It's true.
I mean, well, sure, baby, I guess.
Easy E, glad I watched this one. Go Nugs. $32 from Easy E. Think, $32.20. Very appropriate. Thank
Oh,
you
look at that.
Another one from RP43. Any predictions on how mainstream networks will diminish this game, a la Luke 73?
We're a little too sensitive, I think. Well, you know what it is? It's a Friday. There's no regular programming
Yeah.
tomorrow, so it'll just get lost in the weekend shuffle.
James
Friday
Ray,
news dump.
First takeover. Hey, I'm on the show and I'm doing super chats. I'll call you back. James Ray, first takeover of the season. My guy Miles dropped his hot take that AG would shoot 40% from 3 for the year. Fitting that he knocks down 7 of 10 from 3 on another takeover night. DNVR is goated.
Goated, baby.
Ulysses Ventura, by the way, that phone call was brought to you by Verizon. Ulysses Ventura, shout out KD for giving us history. KD wants to be a Nugget so bad.
I don't think that's true.
And you know what? I don't want KD to be a Nugget. Patrick Rasmussen, Kim is the new Ken Jong. Chip is a lock. Druid Trading, call a spade, best player of all time. 3 free throws, FU, Zebras.
All right, there you go.
Buster
That's
Keaton.
the energy.
Buster
All right,
Keaton.
yeah.
Ziam Beg. Guys, I have a fever and flu, and I've had this crazy dream where AG shot like Steph Curry. The Nuggets were up 21, but then we were in overtime somehow.
Yeah,
but
that's-
Jokic has a 30-20-20 game, and they won in OT. NyQuil hits hard.
I think I had that same NyQuil tonight, man.
Zach Burridge, a double, triple-double.
It really is. There's 2 different versions of the double, triple-double. There's the Jokic Russ one, and then there's the Jokic just did it twice in one game.
A guy, a dog, and a GoPro. Sat courtside wearing all my DNVR gear.
Hell yeah.
What a game. Best podcast of all time.
All time!
The Nuggets are good, and DNVR is damn good. Love you guys. Love you right back. Thank you so
love
much.
you, man.
Spencer Hayes, hoping that AG changes his name to A3 currently. Shout out, Spencer. We haven't seen you in a minute. Bembiaz? This is another proof that Jokic is must-see TV every night. Thank you guys for covering him with such passion. Best pod on the webs.
It's the joy of our life.
Best fans on the webs. Peter Plummer, with all due respect to John Elway, we have never seen a better athlete in the city of Denver than Nikola Jokic.
Fact check, true. The other thing that's funny about Elway is and this is nothing against him, it was 16 games a year. We get Jokic 82 times a year. You know, it's just there's so many more times you get to sit down and watch him do his thing, and he does it every time. N43 says, what if Jokic did this and they still lost tonight? Well, what if? We'll never know. E-Park Fishing says, Jokic set the hook on the basketball world. I see there's a little pun there. Tonight, NBA history is made in Denver, baby.
Noah Linden, how much will tonight help Jokic's MVP case? I mean, it kept it alive. Some good info from our panelists.
That's right.
Plus 600 to plus 250.
If you ask Viv, it kept it alive.
SGA did not play tonight. Turns out the Thunder don't need him at all. Just kidding. Joe Clem 15. Jokic will get 70 points. He'll also get 30 assists.
Man, if they hit those numbers.
Same game. Hood Poppy, I love Vogt's exquisite vocab. No, Cedric. Dev, thanks for the MPJ picks. Now my kids won't eat for another 3 days. And my BM started doing OnlyFans.
What?
Welcome to overtime, everyone. Grapes, Mr. Nugget turning into the third Splash Bro was enough to keep me on cloud 9 until
Mr.
next
Nugget,
week.
man.
But what a day to wear my Gotit shirt.
Hell yeah.
5-5-5-5-5-5-ish. The 8 guys that played this game feels like the real guys that will be going into the playoffs. Holy smokes.
Look at this.
Hang on. Buckle up, folks. 403 minutes, 49 seconds down. Only 151 minutes and 11 seconds till 5-5-5 for Zeke Naji. Bring on OKC.
Wow.
Against all odds.
We're doing it.
Against all odds.
Slowly but surely.
W. Kane, a usual Friday ESPN broadcast. AG 7 of 10. MPJ gets stock at CB Clutch 3 rest with us. Is this Nuggets? Wait, Jokic toys 44 plus minute. Oh, just a Nuggets game, actually. Von Felder, the next absurd game is 30 assists. I actually think it might be possible for all those missed layups tonight.
It really is possible, man. I actually think that one might be the one I go for.
Fent Jones should have had 3 more free throws when Plumlee fouled him. Foster is Yokophobic. A pox on his house.
Pox on his house.
Keep those likes coming, by the way. A lot of them. We appreciate you. In 43-ish. Is 30-30-30 doable?
I mean, anything is possible
You know
with
what?
Yoke.
Sure.
Through Yoke, all things are possible.
Yoke Clem 15. Yoke will get multiple half-court plus makes in a game.
Oh, I love that take.
That's a good
I love that. He said, I know a stat that he can break
Here's
multiple
the thing.
heaves.
Here's
2
the thing.
heaves.
Of all the Jokic hot takes, that's the one he actually wants to do.
Yeah, I know. He actually would love that one.
Flacco Watts win rates based on jersey 52-80, 80%. Mile High City 78.6%, Blue 61.6%, Whites 57.7%. Courtesy of Waddy, Flacco Watts. By the way, sorry about Julian. I'll take the blame. Flacco means skinny in Espanol. Nice. Skinny Watts. That's a great name, by the way. Ziam Beg, 22 assists, the most by a center in NBA history. Didn't even know that.
It's appropriate that he owns it.
Ty Thomas, DNVR Takeoff, AG 7 threes, PWat Draining threes, Joker 30, 21, 22, CB 25, 5 and 5. Let's win in OKC. On top of that, how about CSU Rams win? Tear 'em asunder, D-line. Tear 'em asunder.
You don't have to tell D-line, he knows.
Joel Hooper, Taco Bell Man at it again. Crunch Burrito, Cheesy G Taco. Don't matter. Nuggets in 4.
Hey, by the way.
Jay, just stopping by drunk as hell to say hello, boys. Dusty Old Cowtown. Ultra Yokogami. Also, Zeke would have blocked KD 3.
Okay.
Michael Putlack. Man, it's showing like tonight's that really make me miss my dad. He would have loved it so much. It's almost been a year now. And I still want the boys to hashtag win it for Ron.
It's awesome that you still get to, you have those memories and everything. I think that's really cool.
Rest in peace,
and
Ron.
you get to think about them every time something
Shout
like this
out, Ron.
happens.
Nathan Lone, super chat for proof of witnessing greatness tonight.
Hell yeah.
Jacob Payer, the double game, CB3. GGX Gang HQ, Jokic will be the first to get 60, 30, 15.
I mean, these numbers just, what do they mean anymore?
No, I mean, if we think about it, though, like the first half of the game, he wasn't really trying. So
if he ever tried.
Can you get these? I have to go to the bathroom so bad. It's just, I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Get out of here. Big Honey says, blessed to be able to watch the GOAT in his prime. Big Honey. No, it's shut up and take my money. No, for real. If we had Bruce Brown right now, he'd block KD's 3 all day. Random. PWat says, white jersey, sun, blue on Monday. Oh, I see. White jersey Sunday, blue on Monday. Also Sunday, 11 a.m. tip-off. And ABC broadcast. Also Monday, second game of back-to-back. 1-on-1 split with OKC. I'm okay with that. Also, daylight savings on Sunday. 11 o'clock start's going to feel like 10 o'clock start. Very strange. Uncle Rico's Revenge says, PWat/Zeke versus Shea. Let's see it. I hope we do. Worst Nightmare says, vote for you. Well, is this one of Yoke's best games ever? I love when the questions are so, obvious.
Probably.
I think it was.
I put it up there.
I think it was one of his. What do you guys think? Was this one of his best games?
It was okay.
It didn't even say his best game. Just was it one of his best? Yeah, it was
Vogt's
one of
not
them.
here to give his opinion.
Not even here to answer it.
I'd probably say yeah.
402 Nuggets. I keep telling people living in Denver right now is like living in Chicago during the MJ era. So happy to have this community to witness and appreciate greatness with GOAT combos only. 100%. Ray, I'm convinced he did this to troll Russ. Hey, you want to know what's funny? He has been trolling Russ pretty hard. Have you guys seen this? He's telling him, I'm going to pass your triple-double record. He's like almost, he's like poking him a little. Yeah. He might be trolling. Harlow and AK, this is my guy. Amazing show on the History Channel tonight. Been waiting for that 30-20-20. So much gratitude to be a witness and a fan. Givali. Now time to get a signature win or two down in OKC. We could use it so bad. Drunk Philosophy, assists record broken as foretold. Nug Life, spelled incorrectly. Ben Green says, almost all of Jokic's 22 assists were makeable shots. If he wanted 60, he could have had it tonight easily. Got to count the missed assist too. All right. Uncle Rico's Revenge. Sorry, Mom, didn't know you'd be there. Yosemite Ham says, that wasn't a Yokogami. That was unprecedented. I kind of like it. No, it's shut up and take my money. No kids CB gonna be snubbed by guess who for MIP.
Cade Cunningham.
No, he's talking to you?
Yeah, I think that's, yeah. He said no you. He called you kid. James
sorry.
Jimmy says,
My fault.
my Roomba just started vacuuming and it looks like it's working harder than Jokic did in a 31-21-22. Yoke did have Roomba energy tonight, man. Just Roombaing around.
I like that.
Worst Nightmare says, only one exquisite guy here. No head poppy. Good night, guys. Maddox says, the Booth Boys have looked great lately. Zeke 3-and-D, Pickett steady, Brown Town, Watson solid, Julian. He's a good GM. Nuggets Twitter is in shambles. The Booth Redemption Tour is on. Oh, Chunk Dickwell's burner, our old friend. He says, no joke. Joker records the first 30-20-20 before Embiid makes an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. That's good bird, man. Good bird. You want to take the last one since you're back?
Sure, since I hear just in time. Drunk Philosophy. Jay, how dare you? It's my shtick. I'm the drunk.
All right, well, hit that outro music, Kale. I want to go to bed.
Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, Takeover.
Thank you to our panel.
Thank you.
You guys, was it fun?
Thank you, guys. Great takes.
Great night. Memorable one. Great. All right, everybody. Takeover nights are always special, man. And we're on a heater right now with takeovers. We do have one left. We have one takeover left this year. I don't even remember the date. I think it's April. You can find it on our events calendar. So if it looked like this was fun tonight, and if you are buying our streak, of every takeover is an incredible game. You guys can go over there, sign up, and join the party bus. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you Sunday for the big one.